Interior, exterior, train compartment, train corridor, rail platform at night. Nick, arms crossed, hasn't moved for hours. Looks out as the train pulls into a rundown station. A sign outside in Cyrillic. Nick draws a paper from his pocket. Sebastopol. Nick takes down his suitcase and bag, sidles into the corridor, out an open door to the platform. A handful of passengers debark, hurry into vehicles and wait on the adjacent rural road, vanish into darkness past the station lights. Nick steps down onto the road. One by one, the station lights are extinguished. Nick sets his bags down, shivers alone beside a single illuminated street light. Far away, headlights, growing brighter. A taxi, a Soviet-made Lada, pulls up. Nick holds a hand against the sudden brightness. The door of the cab opens, a slender, dark figure gets out, obscured by the lights.
Julia?
Julia Petrov steps to the edge of the headlight's glare, tall, shapely, early 30s, immaculate in boots, fur hat, stylish jacket, and scarf, medium-length skirt. Beautiful, if a little older than he expected. Her breath clouds as she speaks in a thick Russian accent.
You are not happy for seeing me.
Nick steps forward, hugs her.
No. I'm very happy to see you.
The cab driver gets out, tosses Nick's suitcase in the trunk. Interior taxi later. Nick and Julia in back stare straight ahead. Speechless, Nick holds his bag in his lap. Julia, casual, even distracted. Awkward silence in the taxi. Nick is taking in the rush of new sights out the window. The taxi passes a sign, greetings translated into Russian, Ukrainian, English, French, Spanish, German, Japanese. Welcome to Sebastopol.
There's a town in California named for this place, only they spell it Sebastopol with a B.
Julia says nothing.
My aunt lived there. I used to stay summers when I was a kid in the redwoods.
Julia stares at him, music on the car stereo.
Giant trees, thousands of years.
So how long will you be here?
5 days. Hey, have you been to Odessa?
Odessa, full of gangsters. Women bring a man to Ukraine, get to marry, get visa, then...
What?
Find bill on credit card. Woman, she disappears. Maybe gangsters come to house in America, take his shit.
Nick looks out the window disturbed.
Maybe they pretend she's kidnapped. Many things. Why you ask this?
My friend's fiance. I told you about. She's from Odessa.
Nick steals an appraising glance at Julia, facing straight ahead.
Well, what is this music?
Julia laughs, leans forward to cab driver.
He asks, what is this music?
Cab driver laughs. Taxi pulls up in front of what looks like a house with a hand-painted sign. Hotel Sebastopol. Hotel Sebastopol.
Can I give you...
Oh, no, he does not speak English.
Ask him, can I write a traveler's check? I got straight onto the train. I couldn't find an ATM.
No, he's my cousin. No need to pay. He drive me to get you.
Oh, so I guess... Do you want to come in?
Shy, Nick turns before she can answer and addresses cab driver.
Thank you. Tell him I said thank you.
But we go for karaoke now. My friends are waiting. We must hurry.
Nick's face slackens.
You say you like.
I said I didn't like karaoke.
Nick sighs.
Okay, well, let me check in. If I could just...
Well, don't bother with suitcase. This kind of place, people steal. You should bring with. Make hurry.
Nick, bag hanging from his shoulder, hurries inside. Behind him, Julia and cab driver exchange a look. End scene. Interior, exterior, taxi, Krushkova, continuous. Julia drives, Nick rides shotgun. Outside, a night landscape of factories, power lines.
Seattle is pretty, like Sebastopol. I'm from Simferopol.
I'm not from Seattle originally.
Oh, no?
I grew up in Akron, Ohio, mostly.
What is this place? I've never heard names.
Factory town.
Ah, like Simferopol.
Yeah, I guess. Uglier, though. It's a suburb of Cleveland, which is more...
Oh, from Cleveland, Ohio! Ladies and gentlemen, rockets from tombs!
Huh?
Dead boys, pirubu, crabs! Come on, man! I'm just a dead boy!
What's that?
Oh, famous rock bands of Cleveland, Ohio!
Nick stares at her, swallows.
I'm very attracted to you, Julia.
Why you make announcement? We almost arrive at apartment.
Julia drives city streets.
I can't stand it anymore. I want to kiss you.
Julia looks at Nick, smiles, turns to watch the road. The taxi parks in front of a drab apartment block, a Khrushcheva, a Khrushchev slum. They get out, Nick with his bag.
This is where you live? You have roommates here too.
This is my home. My sister Ludmila, gone most of the time, working in Kiev, has little boy Anthony. Babushka also.
Nick nods once, not understanding, and moves to Julia, pins her against the cab with his body.
I want you.
Julia taps his nose on the syllables.
You must wait.
She kisses him. Julia breaks away. Head back, mocks severe. She pulls Nick through the building doors. Then see. Interior, apartment hallway. Apartment moments later. Julia and Nick climb stairs, watching each other like animals. Julia stops at the door of an apartment. Nick presses Julia against the door, kisses her. Julia, kissing, pulls a keychain from her purse, finds key by feel, inserts it, turns the bolt. The door opens. Nick turns from Julia to see her babushka, her grandmother, mid-80s, squat, dressed head to toe in black. Julia and babushka speak in Ukrainian. Julia interprets for Nick.
Julia!
Babushka rushes forward, kisses Julia, pinches Nick's cheeks.
You did not tell me you were coming, and you have him with him. It's no problem. I have stew. I'm glad you had him here.
Anthony, a black-haired 7-year-old, jumps at Julia.
Julia! Are waiting for train? Come inside.
Babushka pulls them into the small one-bedroom apartment, kisses Nick's hand, removes their coats, and Anthony hustles coats away through a bedroom door. Nick glances down to see a large white rat on the tablecloth.
Holy shit!
The others laugh.
That is Mickey. Don't worry, he is friendly. Name for Mickey Mouse. You know Mickey Mouse, yes?
Julia lifts Rat, rubs its nose against hers.
Mickey, did you miss me?
Julia turns Rat to face Nick.
This is Nick, my friend from Lviv. He pretends he is American. Say hello.
Julia waves the rat's paws between her fingers.
He says hello.
Cut to interior apartment bedroom later. Julia seated at dinner table. Anthony is scuttling to and fro with the rat. Babushka ferries food from a kitchenette. Nick examines photographs and frames, old and new, crowded onto a mantelpiece spanning the century.
She lost her mother and 2 brothers in the famine. That's her little one.
Stalin starved Ukraine.
Stalin starved Ukraine, more dead than Holocaust or Jews.
If you look healthy, it meant you were hiding food.
If you look healthy, it meant you hide food. For this, they execute or send to Siberia. You work and die slow.
On the wall, Nick sees a portrait of Nikita Khrushchev.
Khrushchev, first crusade.
There was a good
Stalin
man.
bad. He came up in Communist Party in Kharkiv.
He always held a place in his heart for Ukraine. Be careful how you talk about this. America was the enemy then. We are glad they are not now.
He told West to go to fucking hell. It's not personal. She wants you to know.
Nick looks at Julia, then Babushka at the stove at Julia.
You are here.
Nick examines an intricate painted eggshell, finely cracked and stained with age.
This is beautiful.
It's very old. Don't look close. She give it to you. Her babushka make.
Cut to Nick, Julia, Babushka, and Anthony finish dinner. Anthony revs a toy car beside his plate.
I have a brother and sister younger than me.
He has a brother and sister, younger.
Are his parents alive?
Your parents, you're telling me alive, yes?
My parents? Yeah. My dad works for the city of Akron. We don't talk much. My mom, she buys many things from the internet.
They are living still. They are in Akron, Ohio, a place that sounds ugly but close to a rich cultural center.
What is his work?
Yeah, he is engineer in a factory that makes aircraft in Seattle. Boeing.
Nick nods.